We're going to be looking at using the assault entities in this tutorial. What these do is allow an NPC to run to an area that you've defined and at the same time engage any enemies, which is useful when you're making single player maps. So the first thing I've done here is set up a room, quite a large area. And what we're going to do now is put an entity down to use it, which will be a combine soldier. So with my entity tool, make sure you've got it selected over here. Just going to pop that in. Okay, so really at this stage all you need to do is give him a name. So with Alt Enter, we'll just call it Combine Soldier. Nice and simple. Okay, what we need next is a few entities to set this up. If you scroll to the top of your list, you're looking for, should be on here, AI Goal Assault. There you go, I can remember the name for a second. So what we'll do is just put that above him, because this is not actually used in part of the process, it's just to set things up. The next one we need is known as the rally point, assault rally point. Just going to put that in front of him. And finally, right next to that one is the assault point, which we'll put over here. Okay, so what usually happens, this entity here holds the conditions and sets it up for us. When it's triggered, the combine will run to the combine, or other soldiers as well, you can have more than one in this, will run to the rally point, and then when you give the trigger, they will then move to the assault point. So in this case I want the rally point to be right next to him, so we need to give those a name as well. So for easiness I'll call this rally 1. And over here, assault 1. Okay, so open up your goal assault and give this a name as well. Okay, so this is obviously who's going to be doing the assault, so we want our soldier to be that person. And the rally point is right there. Start active, remember to put this to yes, because for some reason that always starts on no, and that will annoy you if you don't realise. An assault queue, it's fine, leave it like that. Okay, so in our rally point, all you really need to tell this is where it's going to go, which is the assault point over here. Don't really need any more of these options, that's fine. Okay, so already you can see it's linked itself to the assault point there, so you know instantly where it's going. And with your assault point there's a few options in here as well. Some things that affect their behaviours, like clearing out enemies as they're approaching. Things you can play around with there. So you can have more than one soldier move to one rally point and move to one assault point, but I like to use separate ones, otherwise they'll kind of bunch together. So that's set up basically. All you need to do now would be to trigger it. So I'll just get a trigger texture, if I can spell it right. There we go. So we'll just create a quick brush here. Trigger once. Okay, so the output you put on there, you'd add an output on there. And you'd trigger the goal assault. And all you really do, begin assault. So as soon as that's triggered, providing you've set these all up correctly, the NPC will then run to that assault point and engage anyone on the way.